In a quiet village surrounded by dusty roads and fading sunsets, there lived a humble man known for his quiet kindness. Every morning, before the sun fully rose, he would wake up and prepare food for his small family, his wife, his daughter, and his son. Life wasn't easy, but he never allowed hardship to harden his heart. No matter how little they had, he always made one extra flatbread. Not for himself. Not for his family. But for a stranger. Each day, he would place that bread carefully on the edge of his window, facing the road. He believed that somewhere out there, someone needed it more than he did. Days passed, then weeks. And then, one man began to appear. He was old, bent over with a curved back, walking slowly with uneven steps. Every single day, he would stop at the window, pick up the bread, and walk away. No smile. No eye contact. No, thank you. Just one strange sentence he muttered every time. What you do in darkness follows you, what you do in kindness returns to you. At first, the man ignored it. But as days turned into weeks, something inside him began to change. Why does he always say that, he wondered. Doesn't he appreciate what I'm doing? Frustration slowly replaced kindness. One morning, as he prepared the usual bread, anger crept into his thoughts. I feed him every day, and he doesn't even acknowledge me. His hands paused. A dangerous thought entered his mind. What if I teach him a lesson? That thought didn't leave. It grew. That evening, as he stood alone in the kitchen, he made a decision he would soon regret. With a heavy heart but a clouded mind, he mixed something harmful into the dough. This will be the last time he comes here, he whispered. The next morning, he held the bread in his hands, ready to place it on the window. But something felt wrong. His fingers trembled. His chest tightened. His conscience spoke louder than his anger. What are you doing? He muttered to himself. This isn't who you are. In a sudden rush of fear and regret, he pulled back. Without hesitation, he threw the poisoned bread into the fire and watched it burn. The flames reflected in his eyes as guilt washed over him. Quickly, he prepared another bread, simple, clean, untouched. He placed it on the window once again, this time with a quiet prayer. Moments later, the old man came. He took the bread as usual and walked away, repeating his words. What you do in darkness follows you, what you do in kindness returns to you. The man stood still, watching him leave, unaware of how close he had come to making a terrible mistake. Days passed. Life returned to normal, but something inside him had changed. Every morning, he placed the bread with a deeper sense of purpose. And every day, he prayed for his son. His son had left months ago, chasing a better future in a distant city. But there had been no message. No letter. No sign. Only silence. Until one evening. There was a knock on the door. The man opened it. And froze. Standing there was his son. Weak. Exhausted. Barely standing. His clothes were torn, his face thin, and his eyes filled with relief. Before the man could speak, his son collapsed into his arms. Father, he whispered weakly, I almost didn't make it. The man's heart pounded. What happened? His son took a deep breath. I was starving. I hadn't eaten for days. I collapsed on the road, ready to give up. The man held him tighter. Then, someone came, the son continued. An old man, bent over, walking slowly. The father's body went still. He gave me bread, his son said softly. He told me. I eat this every day, but today, you need it more. Silence filled the room. The father's eyes widened. His mind rushed back to that morning. The poisoned bread. The fire. The choice. If he hadn't listened to his conscience. If he had gone through with it. his own son, would not be standing in front of him. Tears filled his eyes as the truth hit him. The words of the old man echoed louder than ever. What you do in darkness follows you, what you do in kindness returns to you. That day, the man understood something deeply. The good you do doesn't disappear. And the harm you plan might return to the people you love the most.